Okay. So,
I don't like where this is going.
basically, ever since episode 11, I've been really confused and I don't really understand where this anime is going. As an anime watcher only, especially of this show in particular, haven't read the manga, I have no idea who Naruyuki is supposed to end up with. And this episode really threw me for a loop because I thought that he was interested in only in one out of the three girls that we have from the very beginning. It seems like he's got a bunch of girls coming after him now out of nowhere. And this is, par for the course for shows like this, slice of life, romantic comedy, harem-esque. There's a guy, he wants to do whatever with his life. There's these girls that eventually get involved with him and they end up liking him. Maybe they did it from the beginning, maybe they did eventually, whatever. They interact with each other, we see their daily lives, and eventually he's got to pick one, right? Or it ends up like school days. But gladly, we don't have anything like that here. That's not what's gonna happen, I think. Basically, in episode 11, this is just, oh my gosh, man, I don't know. Like, Kirisu's nice, don't get me wrong. Kirisu's nice, she's a nice lady, she's their teacher, but that's just it. Like, she is their teacher, she has that role for a reason. I feel like she should be out of bounds, you know what I mean? She should be off limits. No one should even be thinking about her. She should not be flirting with Naruyuki. She should not be getting in situations like they about to kiss behind a bench and you see Fumino and Ogata there. Like, that shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be happening. I was talking with my friend about this the other day, and he actually said the complete opposite of me. He wants Naruyuki to be with Kirisu. He wants Naruyuki, the student, to be with Kirisu, the teacher, the girl with the pink hair. You guys know if you've been watching Bobuken. I was thinking of maybe doing a should you watch on this, but I feel like just my initial thoughts on what happened in episode 11 is something that I should talk about first. So basically, in the beginning of the episode, Kirisu finds Naruyuki at the cafe that he's been at because he's been helping Asumi out, the girl with the purple hair, the short girl who has like a little bit of a temper, kind of like Kirisu does sometimes. She's working there so she can help pay for her college because she wants to become a doctor, and Naruyuki's been helping her a little bit with studying because that's what he does. That's what Naruyuki does. Naruyuki helps Fumino, Ogata, Takamoto, not Kirisu. Well, he helps Kirisu out, but more like clean her apartment because she's a freaking lazy person who never can keep a single thing clean. He's been helping all the girls out, and she finds out that he's been there, and she's asking questions like, why are you here? One thing goes to another, they get into an accident, she injures one of the people that work there, so she has to work there, but she's a horrible employee, so they just want her to clean, which sucks because she sucks at cleaning, so she can't be a maid and she can't clean. So Naruyuki basically has to help her get through this shit because one of their co-workers is injured. That's the first half of the episode. The second half of the episode is basically just them hanging out, walking, driving to school, coming back, eating ice cream, and it's like for this whole entire episode, the first half and the second half, like they're dating, like they're friends from high school. He even says at one point, it's like you're not my teacher, you're not a student, it's like we're just friends. And she's like, friends? I am friends with you. But then, like I said, Fumino and Ogata show up, and then they have to hide behind the bench, and then they start kissing, and it's like, bro, Naruyuki, I feel like should be limited to Fumino, Ogata, and Takamoto. To be honest with you, what I think, personally, this is my opinion, Naruyuki should end up with Takamoto. I think Naruyuki should end up with Takamoto because Takamoto really actually likes him. She liked him since middle school. She's been liking him for a long time. And Fumino, Ogata, Kirisu, Asumi, they have all learned to like him over time as they've been introduced to, his good qualities and the things that they really feel like they like about him as a person. He's kind, he's caring, he's patient, he's willing to deal with them no matter what goes on. He's willing to help them and teach them and correct them, which is cool. But I feel like Kirisu should be off limits. Now, don't get me wrong, another episode has been released since episode 11, episode 12, a couple days ago. Yeah, probably like 1 or 2 days ago, which kind of remedies what I'm talking about, but not really, because Takamoto actually confronts Naruyuki and confesses. The reason why I say confesses is because it's like she pretends that she's trying to confess to the boy that she likes, which is Naruyuki, but Naruyuki doesn't know this because, of course, the main character of this rom-com slice of life ecchi harem show, I don't know, it's got a little bit of all of those elements in it. He's freaking dense. He's stupid, bro. He can't tell that this girl obviously likes him, but that's how all the male protagonists in these type of shows are. They're all like that. They don't know anything. So she confesses to him, says that she likes him, and then he takes it as the confession is for the guy who's her friend, who she's supposed to like, even though he did ask her. He confronted her. He said, "Is the guy that you like really me?" And she said no, multiple times too. So I don't really feel bad for Takamoto at this point, because she's denied and she's had many opportunities to really tell Naruyuki how she actually feels about him. So if Naruyuki ends up with Kirisu, ends up with Fumino, ends up with Ogata, or even Asumi, I don't really care at this point. The only thing that upset me in episode 11 was the fact that they were giving Kirisu a little bit too much time with Naruyuki, because she's a freaking teacher, man. Like this isn't an OVA. This isn't a movie. This isn't a hentai. You should not be ending up with the teacher. Like, be close, be formal, be friends. Okay, go over her house to help her clean, and then she'll help you study. But like, no. Me personally, if I had to choose, you guys know me, I would choose Ogata. She's got all the characteristics that I like. She's feisty. She can handle herself. She's not a pushover. She's smart. She's really smart in the category, that she does well in. She is a genius. She's one of the 2 geniuses in the high school, so she can hold her own with that. She's short and she's thick. If you know anything about Ogata, she's thick. Out of all the girls, besides probably Kirisu, but again, she's off limits because she's a teacher, Ogata's thick. So if I had to pick a girl, it would be Ogata. She's the best girl for the show, 100%. But for Naruyuki, I feel like Takamoto's the only one. She's the friend from when they used to be in middle school. They know each other for a long time. She likes him for a long time. It's like Ogata and Fumino and everyone else. I keep repeating their names because, like, if you guys don't know, it's the girl with the blue hair, the girl with the orange hair, red hair, pink hair, purple hair. Like, you got all the colors under the rainbow, man. the Skittles colored girl hair. But basically, yeah, that's all really I want to talk about. Sometimes there's specific things in animes that I'm watching this certain season that I want to talk about without it being like a Suju watch or a review or anything like that. This was just basically me venting about what happened in episode 11, because I felt like it shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened. From the very beginning of the show, Kirisu just felt like this sort of antagonist, you know what I mean? Like, she's there to thwart Naruyuki's plans. Naruyuki is trying to encourage all of these girls that he meets to the fact that they can do it. Like, they can excel in doing whatever it is they want to do, even if it's not an area that they're strong in. Fumino is not good at math, but with Naruyuki's help, she's starting to get better at math. Takamoto is not good at English, but with Naruyuki's help, she's getting better at English. Same with Ogata. Ogata is not good in her subject. With Naruyuki's help, she's getting a little bit better. And Kirisu is starting to see that. The teacher is starting to see that, slowly but surely, especially after spending so much time with Naruyuki. She sees the type of guy that Naruyuki is. Even though some of the situations that he's been getting in with these girls are a little bit lewd, it's just par for the course for these shows, and actually it makes it a lot better. I don't mind. The only thing I do mind is when they keep tossing every single girl in here like they're the flavor of the week. Like, oh, this week Fumino has got a crush, next week it's Ogata, next week it's Takamoto, next week it's Asumi. Like, how many girls are gonna get thrown into the show? If you look at the ending of this show, the ending for the episode, there's a lot of girls surrounding him in this classroom, and he's like sleeping in his chair, like, I don't got time to deal with you girls, like, I gotta study for myself. When is Naruyuki gonna study? Like, are we gonna get an episode where he just takes time to study for himself? Because it seems like he's got time to study and worry about everyone else, but he always forgets about himself. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I don't know what I'm gonna name this. Maybe I'll put it in a playlist. anime banter or something like that. Basically, just talking about whatever the heck it is I want to talk about. Kirisu, no, you're not on the list. You can't. Naruyuki can go after Asumi. Naruyuki can go after Takamoto, after Ogata, after Fumino, but not Kirisu. She is the teacher. She is the antagonist, or at least she was for a certain point. Anyway, that's it. That's all I gotta say. I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever I want to talk about. Yeah. Peace. Bye.